Hey everybody, this is my 55-gallon Gourami tank, and while we will have a brief look in the tank and look at how gorgeous all the fish, especially these gouramis, look, what I want to talk about tonight is the light hood that I have built to put on top of this. I finally finished it today, and I wound up coming up with a really simple solution. For those of you who have been following along, I basically built a hood that's tall enough that can go over the whole thing so that no fish can jump out, but I'm able to hang some floodlights well above the surface of the tank, and that gives me a nice even light distribution, and it gives me a really bright light down in the tank, but again keeps the whole top part of it covered. So the thing I was having an issue with was the front panel. That's the front door, I guess you could say. And I made it out of plywood, and of course it's thin plywood, so it bowed and got all warped and was sticking out, and I cut it the wrong length so it didn't close properly, and today I fixed all that. So we're going to actually be looking at that now that we've had a little bit of a look at what the tank looks like with all that beautiful lighting in there. So let me turn the overhead light on now, and you can see that is the front panel. I've got it painted purple, although it's coming out looking fairly blue. It's almost, well, I guess the cloth down there looks kind of blue on this camera too. Anyway, it's almost the same shade of sort of grape purple as the skirt down there below it. Looks a little on the big bulky side, but not too bad, all things considered. And the way I treated the little bit of light where I was getting a gap in the front, first of all I cut about 1/8 of an inch of wood all the way across, so it now folds all the way down and closes in. Before it was actually hitting the plastic lip and it wasn't closing. I had to lift it up and sort of set it on the lip. Now I've cut that off and it now closes all the way again. And what happened was it left a thin little gap in there, and I had this little line of light all the way down in that gap, and it really annoyed me. So what I did was I bought some double-sided tape. I don't know if this is a good brand or not, but it was really high tack and really sticky. And so I got a roll of that, and then I went to the sewing department at Walmart. Great resource is your sewing department at Walmart. I get a lot of stuff from my sewing department at Walmart, including all the cloth you see down there, the cloth I cover my tanks with, the cloth I use there for the backdrop to reduce glare. All that comes from the sewing department at Walmart. Even my filter material comes from the sewing department at Walmart. And today we bought us some black ribbon from the sewing department at Walmart. And after adheving my double-sided tape on there, I just stuck a little piece of ribbon on there, and now that ribbon just kind of covers the front of the tank, and you can't even tell where the black, tank starts and the ribbon starts. So that all looks really good. The way I fixed my bowing out problem was really simple. I just did that. I ran a screw through the end. So see if it pops it out. That's what happens. It's definitely still bows out very much. And then of course we can come down this end, and I got another one back here. If we pop that one loose, that's how it would sit. Look at all the light shining down on the floor. This line of light is coming out from underneath of that door. So those two little latches really do a good job. That's literally how it would sit without that latch. And then when it flips up, we've got that. And if you notice that dark line at the top, that's not just a dark line, that's actually an opening. That's a gap of about 1.5 inches, and that will allow any excess heat that builds up in there from those 4 floodlights to just sort of dissipate and vent out the back, and I won't get really a lot of overheating type conditions in here. So there you go, we're all done. Probably not going to be able to do this with one hand, so I don't really need to do it right now, but you get the idea. We'll go ahead and we'll push that closed, flip the little latch it shut, and it is being forcibly held in place by that latch. As soon as that latch comes off, it's going to spring back out. But I would imagine over time the door will sort of be forced into that new shape, and honestly, even if it doesn't, who cares? It's going to be held in place by those little eye hook latches. So there you go. We're all done with dressing up the Gourami tank. We're going to be moving on and hopefully doing that to a new tank. I've got some discus on the way, I believe, hopefully within about month I will have some new discus, and I'm not sure where they're gonna go at first. Depends on how big they are when I get them. I haven't seen them yet. They're coming in the mail. So again, just make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss all the excitement that's going to be coming up for that. But I am going to do some really good high quality lighting like you can see on this tank. I want to make sure I've got that over top of those discus when I get them, so that we can really see the full beauty of some discus. I've always wanted some, and now thanks to one of my very generous viewers, we are going to get some. But again, we will go into more detail and talk about all that later, so make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss that. Don't forget, I do a live stream every Friday night and every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And for my members only, I do a live stream every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for a basic membership. That'll get you access to our Wednesday night live streams. That's always a lot of fun, so make sure you're a member. If not, at least make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell. That way you won't miss anything I've got posted, because you never know what it's going to be with me. So thanks again for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See you real soon in the next one.